Sergei Kasakov here finds out to his disadvantage as Stenlund moves inside him, just nowhere to go for the Russian ex-champion except into the barriers. We'll look at it again. It's Kasakov, twice the winner on the outside. Stenlund, the champion from Sweden, goes inside him very hard. Now, is there any contact here? It doesn't look like it. It's simply impossible for the Russian to lock back. The bike is pointed directly at the barriers, and he has got nowhere to go but down.
Dat hij er zonder blessures is afgekomen, maar ik heb hem voorlopig nog niet omhoog zien komen.
And Kasakov carried off with a shoulder injury, but survived to stagger back into the competition later. Once again, we can see the ice is very rutted, and we'll watch for Per-Olof Serenius here in second place. He gets into trouble on the second corner and goes down in an untidy heap. Really, the surface again could be the cause. We'll watch it in the replay. Serenius, second in this championship a couple of years, a fireman from Sweden, and well, goes down in a very untidy tangle. The battle of two of the main favourites. This in front is Sergei Ivanov and Erik Stenlund. Stenlund already involved with one Russian. Stenlund, the yellow and black on the outside here, and Ivanov in the lead as they go into the bottom corner, and Stenlund coming hard up to challenge him on the outside. Ivanov's in trouble, nudges the Swede, and Stenlund has nowhere to go but deep in trouble. Both riders unhurt. Let's have a look at it again. You can see Ivanov on the inside, gets into the ruts. The bike loses contact, comes across, nudges Stenlund, and Stenlund is pointed directly at the safety barrier. He goes in hard and over the top, and the riderless machine cavorts, somersaults, and really causes the crowd an anxious moment. The safety barrier doing its job here. That saved a very, very nasty accident. And we look for Jan Werner on the inside, picks up the classic back wheel of the first corner. Jan Werner in heat 12, watch it again. Herbeseo is the rider on the outside, and an experienced character like Werner knows all about these kind of accidents. Just picks up the wheel, points him straight, and he has to bail out pretty quickly. And so the standings after the first day, with each rider having 5 rides. Yuri Ivanov, the leader, on 14 points. Vladimir Sukhov and Finnish surprise packet Jarmo Herbeseo on 13 points. And Erik Stenlund, despite that crash on a reserve bike, still in contention on 11 points. All eyes on the first heat of the second day. We can see it is Stenlund on the inside. It should be Ivanov on the outside. Our Dutch colleagues getting their captioning wrong. Herbeseo in white is also in contention. So heat 1 of the second day, and everything to race for, and it's Ivanov who gets away, coming through on the inside there. It is Stenlund with Herbeseo in third place. Here is Ivanov. And the track, as you can see, has been heavily watered, resurfaced after complaints from the Scandinavians. And now it is Stenlund chasing hard after Ivanov. Herbeseo, the Finns, in third place. This is Ivanov, one of the newer Russian boys, very successful in the earlier rounds, unbeaten in the semi-final. Carving it up here in race 21, second day. Stenlund going hard after him. Stenlund will dive bomb. Stenlund will try the inside run. That's his favourite ploy. There seems to be room for him to go through here. Down on the inside, Erik Stenlund moves into the lead. There's room for the Finn to come through as well. Herbeseo has moved up into second place, into the last lap, and that really was a devastating move by the Swede, and the Russian is pushed from first to third in just one moment when his concentration lapsed. Stenlund will win it. Herbeseo gets up into second place. The Russian is third. Erik Stenlund determined to hang on to this crown. The Swede, who won the title last year and upset the Russians, really showing some brave tactics there. Look at it again. You can see Stenlund sees his moment. And Ivanov knows he has got a Swede right up on his inside. And he has nowhere to go but very wide, perfectly clean piece of overtaking and leaving a hole for Herbeseo to come through. 6 rides apiece. Here is the leaderboard. Zukov now in the lead on 16, Herbeseo on 15, Ivanov on 15. This is heat 27, and there is Jarmo Herbeseo, the Finn, on the outside. He's got Zukov, who's moved into the lead in white on the inside, while there are 2 also rounds really. We'll watch for the 2 outside riders. Zukov in white, Herbeseo in yellow and black. This is heat number 27. The Russians are normally the fastest at the start. The Finn has not been too quick away. That's just the story here in heat 27. The Russian in front, Herveseo going hard after him around the outside there. It's Christian Wright from Holland in second place, but he's just been passed by the Finn out of our picture. So the battle now it is on between Zukov, who has moved into the lead, and the Finn, Herveseo, who has thrilled the crowd here in Assen with his never say die tactics, and he will chase and harry and push and look for an opening here in heat 27. These machines, of course, equipped with, what, 200-inch long spikes in the tyres. They really crank these machines over to impossible angles. Zukov, and still Herveseo after him. They're into now the last lap, 400 meters to go, and the Russian really appreciates that Finns ain't what they used to be in ice racing. This boy really is a trier. Into the last two corners. Herveseo will try the dash down the inside. There's not going to be much in it on the line. It looked like the Russian just held on by about the width of one of those spikes. Only inches in that one. What an effort from the Finn. We'll look at the last corner again. Here is Zukov, and just coming into our picture, you can see the front wheel of the Finnish rider Jarmo Herveseo. And as they get their wheels in line and get to the apex of the corner, you can see just how close to the ice, just look how close to the ice the left arm of the Finnish rider is, right down brushing the surface, only inches in it, and he yanks the machine back up into line here. It really is a battle for the line. The Russian on the outside just about holding on, but that really was a close call and a bold effort from the Finnish surprise packet. Seven rides each. Zukov now on 19 points, Ivanov on 18, Herveseo and Stenlund both still in contest on 17. This is heat 30. There's Hans Weber, veteran West German. We have got Leovic, the former champion on the outside from the Soviet Union, not having a particularly happy 1985 World Championship final, but it is going into that first corner. Jan Zigert, the veteran Swedish long trucker in front. There's Zigert. And there is Leovic coming up on the outside there, menacing and lurking. To the bottom corner. And Weber comes out of the afternoon air, gives Leovic a bit of a nudge there. Oh, no mercy. There's Leovic looking a bit perturbed. Let's have a look at it again now. Was this foul riding? Weber, was there any contact? Looks suspiciously like it. The Russian goes down and may well feel slightly aggrieved at Weber's tactics there. Well, Weber won the rerun, and we come into heat 32, and this really could be a Russian picnic. We've got Zukov in there in the inside, Ivanov in blue, the Finn, the Reimer, inexperienced, and Kazakov staggering back in the action. Heat 32, and where is Zukov on the inside? And his bike seems not to have fired. Here is a surprise. The Russian leader at the back of heat number 32. In front, it is Ivanov. In second place, the Finn. In third place, now coming back into the action, it is Zukov. Well, Zukov has the machine firing, but this will do his chances no good at all. Ivanov comfortable enough up front, and now Zukov has come past the Finn. He's into second place, and the Russians will be looking for each other. There is Ivanov, and it looked like he dropped a chain, and even his compatriot is amazed because, well, that suspiciously looked like team tactics. Now, where are the Russians here? Zukov has come from last to first. It is Reimer in second place, and the two other Russians seem to be having a competition to see who can go the slowest. Well, the Russians lost their World Team Championship a couple of weeks ago, surprisingly, but it would appear on this kind of evidence they're saving all their team tactics for the individual final. Zukov wins it clearly enough, the crowd unhappy, and who can blame them? Let's look at the incident again. It's Ivanov in front. He is aware that Zukov, who seems to be the man the Russians have elected to be their champion-elect, and, well, did he stop or was he pushed? Just absolutely gave up the ghost, and even the Russians were surprised at that. So let's now have a look. After 8 starts, Zhukov on 22 points, Stenlund on 20, Hervaseo on 20, Ivanov out of it now on 19. And here's an interesting novelty event between races. Maybe my colleague Emlyn Jones should do the commentary here. For the first time ever, ice skiway. Heat 33, Erik Stenlund, the Swede, still in with an outside chance. He's on the inside, and now he meets Zhukov. He really must win this one if he is to have any dreams at all of retaining his title. But another Russian in there, Ivanov as well in white, and Jan Werner, the veteran Czech, in blue. Here is Heat 33, and from the outside it is Zhukov, and from the inside, as we thought, it is Stenlund. Zhukov, and coming through on the inside, Ivanov. There are two Ivanovs. This is Sergei. We saw him clash earlier with the Swede, and it is Ivanov who moves in front. Stenlund is in second place. Zhukov, who again wasn't too quick around the first 2 corners, is in third place. And the Russians are beginning to team right again. They're looking for Stenlund, no doubt about that, and Stenlund's gone very wide up there, and both the Russians are through the gap. Here's a quick look across from Ivanov. He sees it's Zhukov. Again, team tactics paying off, and Stenlund is playing Russian roulette, but Zhukov has seized his opportunities. He is up front. Ivanov is second. Stenlund having to hard down the inside as they move into the last lap, just moves into second place. And here is Zhukov, and once again, he may well be saying thank you to a team colleague, because it was pretty easy for him here in Heat 33. Stenlund just gets up into second place. But Vladimir Zhukov, 10 years in the ice racing big time now, looking well set. Let's just have a look at the style of Vladimir Zhukov. You can see they road race these machines into the corner, very, very close to the ice. And he does look another Russian ice master. Heat 36. There is Ivanov, who's been in the thick of the action. He's lost the overnight lead. Per-Olaf Serenius on the inside. Schaefer from Austria in blue. On the outside, Jan Sigurd. Heat number 36. And up to the first corner, Hooper shows Serenius has made a good start from the inside. So too has Ivanov. Ivanov just getting into the ruts there, allowing the Swede to hit the front. Per-Olaf Serenius, second in these World Championships 2 years ago. Has Yuri Ivanov breathing down his neck, right on his back wheel here in Heat 36. Serenius glances inside. He really has a rip-roaring Rusky right on his back wheel now, and that's a good change of direction from the Russian. And he's made the hole, and he's diving through it, elbow to elbow. Serenius obviously deciding discretion, the better part of valor there. The Russian moves into the lead. Third place, it is Hans Schaefer from Austria, but Yuri Ivanov here showing how simple it can be. And in third place there, Schaefer in all kinds of trouble for containing contact. Holds on for a point. And there's Ivanov looking well satisfied with life. Look at the passing again. It isn't easy to change direction on these big heavy ice bikes. You can see Ivanov switches outside, and as Serenius moves out, he sees his opportunity, glides down the inside here. They almost seem to be having a conversation at this moment as they go shoulder to shoulder, and it's the Russian who pulls clear. Nine rides each, and Zhukov now has a 2-point cushion. He leads on 25 points. Hervaseo has 23. Ivanov back on 22, along with Erik Stenlund, the reigning champion from Sweden. And Zhukov here on the inside just has to really stay on in Heat 38 to take the title. He has got Lubic, a teammate in white in grid 3. He'll be obviously out to help him. Per-Olaf Serenius from Sweden is the danger, with Max Niedermeyer from West Germany on the outside. Zhukov then The Russians have been pretty well picking up and carrying him so far. And up into the first corner, who will show? It is Zhukov. In second place, it is Serenius. Moving up there with him is Ivanov. So Zhukov clear, and Serenius is back in second place, and he has another Russian to contend with. There is Zhukov, looking very content, very much in control here. And Heat 30 just needs to win this one. Serenius second, really making an awful lot of inroads onto that lead. The Russians, of course, so dominant in this championship. They've only lost the title, what, 4 times in 25 years. And here is Vladimir Zhukov with just 400 meters to go to add his name to an illustrious line of Soviet champions on ice. Vlad Zhukov, well, he's had the odd controversial moment, but he wins it. Serenius goes over the line in second place, Bruce Penel style. Well, the Russians, who were really disheartened to have lost their team title a couple of weeks ago, can hold their faces up again. And
1970.